Three, two. Welcome to another exciting episode of Master Not with our wonderful heroes, Wilda, the water being,
I'm tiny right now and not water.
Spencer, the super cat.
I saw the end of time. There was a McDonald's nearby.
Transient, the matter manipulator.
Meow, currently feeding water being water.
Jace, the technomancer.
Sorry, guys, I went to the bathroom. What the fuck happened to the school?
And Dahlia, the living dead girl.
Did I eat a cat?
No.
Last time on Masternaut, after a sudden disappearance, the weathermen returned in a time elevator and a hot flash close to the school, causing a short time of absolute heat to hit everyone at and around the school. Spencer, who had placed Will up further away from the danger zone, sped to stop and distract the weathermen while his friends committed to damage control. Jace rescued Tyrone, and Edward took out the remaining weatherlights while Dahlia recovered thanks to Dessa's quick efforts and recently found meat storage inside the nurse's office. After a short discussion and a threat, Spencer attempted to leave the weatherman at the end of time on planet Earth, only to see him escape in his time elevator. Where did he go? And to what end does the rest of this day hold for our heroes in high school? Find out today! As we return back to the scene, Puddle, you are being revitalized slowly as a bunch of water has been manifested by Cat Ruler World here,
The
Edward.
the thing is that I'm not being revitalized because I went into my human form and I do not have regeneration water as a human form.
No, but you gained 50 gallons of water before that. So.
That's true, but it takes one per turn. Oh, yeah, no, okay, yeah. That's fair. I'm apparently being waterboarded.
Goodness gracious. So, Wilda, in your tiny clothing,
I'm not in
in
tiny
your
clothing.
tiny self, your clothing being baggier than normal, you found yourself being plunged under I guess would be a kid swimming pool's worth of water. Would it be?
No.
You said 50 cubic feet.
No, it's 50 gallons.
Yeah.
49 point some odd amount. Because I have to do it by weight, not by volume.
Yeah. It's more than my entire body because I'm only 15.
Yeah.
You say that, but
she transformed in the middle of the last portion of it.
I'm looking at like containers that would hold 50 gallons, and they look roughly the size of a human being. You're drenched, definitely. As water, is still pouring all around.
Stop the water, please. Wait. Why are you so big?
Why are you so small?
Chicken. I mean,
Spencer says as he reappears behind everyone.
eating chicken. Well, pigeon.
Oh shit. Leroy Jenkins doesn't happen for another 4 years.
Chicken. But yeah, Spencer's gonna look at everyone and go, "Wow, we sure saved everyone, right? Hold on, let me check." And as if he wasn't even there to begin with, he goes around the school to make sure everyone is okay.
Well, as you're going around double checking each site, you do see Ramon and Red Wish giving each other victory signs while a couple of animals seem to be routed up and put into pens around and a few groups of students are giving them like high fives and thank yous. You do see some of the mean girls looking terrified, as though they've been attacked and tortured by the cats and dogs first. Another section seems to have a couple of other unnamed but but like recognizable students that seem to have helped out there.
I see.
They give you the thumbs up as other student bodies are getting close and trying to rally each other to go back into the school to talk things out.
Mhm.
You get around to like the last meeting area, and you happen to cross the principal of the school, Dr. Knightley, who looks over at you. What are you running around here for? You should be over one of the safety areas. Go back and hang out with go back and stay with your classmates.
Hmm. Aye, aye, Captain. I mean, Principal. I mean, bye. He just runs off.
Oh, goodness gracious, students.
Uh, oh. Mm,
Rush of wind. Spencer's at the Mean Girls. Wait, no.
As you rejoin with your classmates and start muddling around, Wilda and Edward, as you two are still in your area, you do happen to hear a couple of pitter pattering of wheels spinning as Des seems to come over. Hey, so I managed to get your friend back up and running, and he immediately recognizes your short stance.
yeah, I probably look like a 10-year-old.
Edward, why is my sister short?
Edward's just lounging on top of the cage he had made earlier.
Oh, so cute and little. And Dahlia approaches you, realizes that she still has to sew her other hand back on, and then just kind of like waves with her severed hand.
And we'll also say Jace is still floating around, invisible, but behind. Jace, are you still with Dahlia and Des as
I'm
they're
not
coming over?
visible anymore. I'm visible now. I stopped doing supernatural shit, and I already gave Dahlia back her arm, so I don't have to be invisible anymore for safety reasons.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah, Dahlia, your arms are partially cooked.
Well,
Yeah, I
eating
did-
red
I did
meat
have
lets
to
you
use-
regenerate a little bit.
I did have to use one of your arms to give a consolatory pat to the fire guy, so he didn't freak the fuck out.
Understood. She gives you a thumbs up, and the thumb is actually attached this time.
The thumb is actually attached. You telling me all those times you gave thumbs up, there was on the other hand in between fingers, like you were holding a pasta?
Dahlia thinks she's funny and would sometimes cut off her fingers once she figured out she could do that.
So that's
It
why
did not go over well at dinner time, though.
Oh, right. Well, goodness. Someone want to still explain to me why my sister's short now, please? I can't explain I can't explain this to to Dad without some knowledge. Please help here.
Hmm.
Uh,
Did you get a haircut, Wilda?
no.
Did
Not
you run
there.
out of materials?
Not a haircut.
Spencer, you're with Mean Girls right now, remember?
Oh yeah.
Did you run
You
out of necessary
explicitly stated
materials?
that.
I was finally able to turn back, so I turned back.
You might have undercooked it a bit.
Maybe.
Well, can this be fixed? Well, that has something like this happened before.
No. This hasn't happened
If you-
before.
If you turn back into water and you get more water, would you age up or would you just become this again?
Does Des recall the? Did you ever tell Des about the event with your heart not being in your chest for a minute?
He was there when we realized my heart wasn't in my chest.
All right, making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's anything like when a piece of you is missing, maybe what they're saying is true, and maybe some more water in your water form would help.
Oh. As I'm lifted up. Red comes across her face. Oh, okay.
I think it's time to go back home.
Me too.
And acting like a cat who's taken his person with him, he will walk off.
Oh goodness. Are you like walking away from the school entirely?
Yes.
We were on our way home when this shit happened and we had to come back.
Don't you mean dodging the school?
As you guys start making your way out, you do happen to see Mr. Frasinoff trying to round up students. We're got an emergency meeting. Need you over by the front of the school. Come on, emergency meeting. No dallywhacking. Hey, that's not allowed. No dallywhacking. Come on. Hey, you four. Are you an adult? Yes. Yes, I am an adult. Do you have your permission to be here? I was waiting at the office, and then there was a fire. All right, well, go to the front of the office. Go. I'll meet you at the front of the building. Well,
I'm holding still to maybe look like I'm a doll.
No. Ninja training.
Jace will run distraction for the rest of the group and just clearly look like he's having difficulty navigating around the debris with his hover chair, which everybody is supposed to think is a regular wheelchair because of the way he designed it.
all right. So I will need stealth checks and perception checks, and as soon as those are made, I'll be able to make an awareness check for Mr. Frasinoff here.
My God.
All right, I will do perception. Jace isn't being stealthy; he's biting the bullet.
If only there was a way to get around all this rubble.
If only I could fly. Shame I can't do that.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man,
no,
every
I am totally hiding in plain sight at this point. I am ninjaing this up. Let's see how well this ninjas.
Well, I mean, technically, if I'm helping, you get a +5. Because I have teamwork.
I don't have.
As do I.
When was the last time I rolled
11?
stealth?
Oof.
I can't remember.
All right, what's the matter, young man? What's the matter? You got something stuck in your wheels again?
It's like stuck in the wheels, and I'm not sure I can roll over some of this stuff.
All right. Just back up a little bit. I'll grab the stone there. As he's bending down, this gives the best opening, and Wilda and Transient both seem almost fade into the background of the world and seem to are able to move on without catching his attention.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, once more, go over to the front of the class. Quit front of the school. Quit screwing around.
Jace navigates through the cleared debris and starts making his way out front.
Mermaid.
All right. All right. You two, young lady. Front of the school. Can't be standing around here. He's talking to you, Dahlia.
Dahlia has her hands behind her back. I mean, literally, she's holding one of them behind her back so he doesn't notice. And she says, "Yep, right on that. Gonna go ahead." And she like backs away so that he never sees behind her until he looks away, and then she runs. She books it.
All right. Just quit schooling around. You better not be holding anything back there. But hey, quit running. As he looks over at someone running in the halls, trying to make their way over towards the front. As you guys make it over towards the front, you hear Coach Steppenhoff trying to get everyone organized. All right, everyone, let's keep it together, keep it close, keep it steady. We're gonna have the principal come out and give a short speech, and looks like we'll be getting out here soon. Hey, keep it together. We don't leave. The bell doesn't dismiss you. The principal does. Now everyone needs to stay here, stay close. Don't go crazy.
Jason's motivation is doing good. He wouldn't do that. I was thinking for a moment of that guy saying, "The bell doesn't dismiss you," and then just setting off all the bells. But no, Jace does good, so he's not going to do that.
All right. So you behaving, getting in line, making sure nobody else gets around you. Everyone seems to be somewhat intimidated by the wheelchair kid, who seems more nonchalant about their whole school being in an absolute disruption, while their most seasoned seniors of the senior class seem to be in frail bits of crying and like panic attacks. Like, I don't want to be here another year.
It's just...
Please, tell me this is going to affect my college career.
What are you talking about? Half of them ditched before the bell rang.
Yeah, this is the half that cares about their school. That's why they're in mourn. Why do you think I'm only speaking for the ones that care? That's still here. The other ones aren't even around. With the two that are still, with the three that are still around the school fronts, Spencer chatting it up with the Mean Girls, calming down, being able to start, making small talk. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, no, just I don't like Pomeranians, but you're not Pomeranian. You're that school's panther, which is totally less evil and hopefully won't try to maul my face off, my beautiful face. You're fine, your names. You're fine, Lavolta. You're fine.
For a quick non sequitur, for everybody that doesn't know what Brock's eyes look like.
Maybe that's why he always has them closed. It's hard to see when everything's pink.
Yep.
Jace would sympathize. It's hard to see when everything's blue.
We talked about everything's gray.
Lord help me. As the remainder are there, the principal does come up. Student body, we thank you for joining us here on the first day of school. Sadly, today seems to have been a terrible day, as we have happened to have a gas leak that seems to have ruptured. Thankfully, As safety teams and police are on their way, we're able to assess that everyone was able to make it out of the school after doing roll call. And we will make sure that any who have not been found during roll call will contact the family in order to double check with them for safety's sake. This has been a very traumatic situation, and we will notify you all when you're able to return back to school. Consider this a delay in school's opening. We thank you again for understanding. Please wait here for just an extra bit longer until the police come by in order to clear everyone out. In the meantime, nurses and the teachers will be helping us pass out snacks, so please enjoy. You do see the principal take a moment to make a silent prayer. Thank you all. Have a good one. As he steps down. It'll be about another hour and a half before the police get here. You hear muttering once more something about the possible holdups in the highway, as well as another hospital being under attack. Jace, Spencer, and Dahlia. Feel free
is
to.
Dahlia sitting close to anyone?
Dahlia, not Dahlia. Jace, hearing this, would text Dahlia and Spencer because they're the ones available nearby, and texting is how he's been communicating discreetly so far. So I imagine he texts to them something along the lines of, so do you think there's another... Actually, no, he's been doing this subtly in case someone's watching. Let me think. Do you think crazies messing with the hospital again?
You hear a pile of rubble in the far distance start vibrating.
Oh no.
Dahlia, now that she's got her other hand back on, text round 2? ?
Who was the name you dropped?
I'd type back seems unrelated. What was that, DM?
What was the name you dropped about when inquiring about the hospital to Dahlia?
I said the crazies to keep it discreet.
Ah, fair enough.
Dahlia types back, okay.
And then I'm going to text back again. Could be related to that friend circle we heard about at lunch. And then also after that, I'm going to text. Might also be someone else. Summer was weird. There are plenty of strange people here.
Dahlia texts back, we'll see you outside.
Jace will do that thing where, since there aren't really emojis yet, he's just going to type out a bunch of slashes that create the effect of looking like a thumbs up.
Okay.
So as you two are chatting, Dahlia, you do happen to be near one of the juniors, the fun main body junior that you all seem to happen across, Ebony and Ivory. She's a bit distraught, but does seem to remark that one of her friends who goes to a separate school outside of town, but has a parent that works in one of the hospitals, was there for the previous attack. The one involving the supposed angel of death that attacked the surgeon.
One of your friends was there and got attacked?
Well, that's the strange thing. Like this, when they were there, they noticed a lot of lights flickering, shadows moving, and heard a lot of screams. They felt so terrified that they just ducked and covered.
Well, I mean, that sounds like the smart thing to do. I'm glad your friend's okay.
I am too. Too bad her cosmetic surgery is gonna get delayed. Heard that the surgeon that was responsible for everything between eyelids and facial reconstruction seemed to have been the target, or at least that's what I heard. He ended up not. He ended up dying that day.
Oh, that sucks. Eyelids, that's pretty important because otherwise your eyes are like screwed. I mean, that's rough. And then Dolly's gonna say, well, anyway, see ya. And she's just gonna casually like edge towards the exit door.
Oh, okay. Talk to you later. Be safe.
Yeah, for sure, you too.
She resumes back with talking to her other juniors.
Alright, Dahlia's gonna make a break for it. Try to get out of the school.
Spencer, was that your attempt to presence?
No. That was my attempt to be like, that was my attempt to see would he actually do it, and the answer is yes, yes he would.
All right, I'm going to need a presence check from you after a.
It was a presence roll though, so if you want that to count for this, it's up to you.
No, I'll take a separate presence roll from you. I just need to double check one more thing since you are makeshifting a stage and not having the Madam Manipulator who has already left you.
Oh, there isn't a stage? I didn't know that.
There is not a stage, not anymore. Not after that destruction.
Well, damn, I know what I need to do to get everyone's attention.
GM.
Yeah.
None of the fighting took place in the auditorium. It was all in the gym above it.
Yeah, point taken.
So the stage is fine. There's just holes in the ceiling.
That's
There's
true.
also no power.
I mean,
And he is a black cat.
yeah, it's true. You can't really see me. It's just like, hey, who the fuck said that? Anyways, let me see what I can do.
Let's see what his presence pulls.
Yeah, not great. We'll see what happens with this -2 in total. But I need to find. Good.
I feel like this assessment is wrong, and I don't know why my brain said this. But randomly, when it said Spencer needed to make a presence check on the stage, my brain was like, "Yeah, Spencer's the type of guy to make an inspiring speech in Simlish."
My God.
I don't know where it came from. It just happened.
I rolled a 15. I can flavor it if you want me to, but that's up to you, DM.
Go ahead and flavor it, and I'll let you know how it's reacted.
So Spencer will climb up onto the stage and kind of get into a place where there's more light than there isn't, probably from the hole in the ceiling. And he'll probably, dust himself off slightly. He probably still has a little rubble on him. But then he'll go, "Hey, everybody, wait a minute." And if, people pay attention, he'll go ahead and say, "I have something to say." I mean, do you want me to go ahead with the speech, or do you want me to, wait till people actually pay attention to that?
I would like you to go on with the speech.
Alrighty. I'll go on with the speech then. A lot of things have happened today. A lot of really scary and really nasty things. But you know what else happened? We stayed together. And we persevered. And all of us made it through. And the bad guys, whoever they were, are gone now. There might have been masked people taking care of them, or maybe it was just the police officers. But I think it was the combined effort of all of you fighting against them and pushing them away from our school, because this is our school. And when things get rough, we work together. We fight together. Because this town is our town. And no matter what, we'll always have a little bit of Panther pride, as he just kind of, makes a pose with that 15. Flexing that ham that you mentioned a few chapters ago.
All right, now out of character, I want to hear everyone else's like yay or nays in that speech.
The what now?
What was your take?
The Spencer speech that just got done. Yay or
You're-
nay?
In character or out of character?
Out of character, pretend you're one of the other students that hasn't shown their powers yet, listening to Spencer's speech. How would you react?
What are you talking about? Everybody panicked.
I would find that interesting. 6 out of 10. But I'm also having to detach myself from it a bit because I went to a high school where the Panther was the mascot, and Panther pride gave me flashbacks to pep rallies I hated.
So,
You triggered my PTSD tonight, Spence. Good job.
Thank you.
High school PTSD. Congratulations.
and your reaction was panic, out of character,
Every-
Edward?
No, everybody panicked. What are you talking about?
So that's your reaction. Just responding with that.
I'm just
I think
gonna say that the people that I control are cowering. Still.
And Dahlia, your out of character experience with that speech, how do you feel?
If this was a person who had not exhibited powers yet, kind of inspired, mostly confused about we didn't do much fighting, but I like it sounds really cool. Wait, is that mascot's mouth moving? Wow, that's a really in-depth fursuit.
Spencer, go ahead and give me another D20 roll. And I do me a D20 as, if I recall, your presence would be a -2. Just forget that minus. Just give me a flat 20.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
The trauma and tragedy that has happened with everyone being nearly burned, while they do appreciate your kind words, they aren't jeering as excitedly as you would hope. They do reach some people. Your words are do help, but no one is in the mindset to go mind over matter over some being lightly burned, others like freaking out over the loss of their hair, as one of the other bullies seems to still be having. Poor Katie Banks. Teachers come up to you, Spencer, give you a pat on the back. That was a decent try. Students are just. It's been a bad day, young man. It's been a bad day, but thank you for trying.
Let me check something. Spencer looks fine. He goes, yeah, I gave it a shot. I think I have to go home now, though.
I love how that's one reaction. Hey, everyone else seems to have gone burned. Yeah, that firestorm hit everybody. Holy crap! Hey, you're one of the other students, right? Hey, you're that puddle girl. How was it your
As a
hair
matter
is
of
still
fact, It
perfect?
didn't hit everybody. It didn't hit everybody because of the emergency pigeon storm.
Ah, yes.
I forgot about the pigeons for a second.
The emergency pigeon storm saved the day. Those brave birds who will forever be remembered. They will inspire a new saying of pigeon pride.
Spencer, Jace, and Dahlia, are you going to attempt to stay here until the cops get here?
No,
Or
we
are
have
you
to
going
help
to
Jason's just
the
gonna start going
hospital. We
home.
gotta help.
Awesome,
Yeah.
lovely.
Spencer's gonna stay and help.
So you guys are going to stay and help?
I mean, I heard the other two said they're gonna go home.
Jace is pro helping, but the best way he can help is by getting back to the work in progress layer and figuring out a pattern of what the fuck's going on.
Fair enough, fair enough. As you guys are contemplating about whether or not you want to stay long enough for the cops, you do get this text from your current bug, Jace.
Okay.
Feel free to treat that info with how you will or not. If you
I'm
guys
going
are
to text Dahlia and ask, what does World 2 of 3 mean?
Dahlia's gonna type back question mark.
Dahlia,
That little friend of ours mentioned 2 of 3 when going to meet with their buddies tonight. World 2 of 3.
I don't know, out of character or in character.
in character, you would know. To help with to help with the base details, you recall that from your adventures in the entertainment district, you happen upon World 1 of 3, which in and of itself is a short franchise inside Paragal, where they are a shout out to the old classic games being modified for arcade play. The whole take was supposed to be based off the pipe selection, not pipe selection, but the world's progress when you're playing through Mario in the first level. World 2 of 3 seems to be following that similar logic, as it is the second game place for that area. This one's more in between the entertainment sector and the industrial sector area, so closer to the breakout point before the road leads to the mine.
Okay, so Dolly's gonna say game shop, and she's gonna say since she knows the town and the maps and stuff, she would give the exact address, even though I don't know it.
Jace will text back and ask, IVST Hospital or IVST World 2? Question mark.
Now, are you only sending this to Dahlia, or are you also making sure that the others are also informed?
I mean, the others can see it in the group chat. It's just Dolly is the one paying attention.
See,
Dolly's
that's
gonna
the
say-
thing. There are no group chats in 2002.
Nope.
I mean, I am sending it to everyone.
Okay.
I'm doing
Sending
it with the.
telepathically to everyone. Dolly's gonna say, hospital. We may need it later.
Jace will text back, got it, and then say, gonna see if I can figure anything out using the big computer. And big computer would be a reference to that subway base they're making.
Dolly is gonna type, okay, go there when?
Whenever you can. I'm heading there now.
She types following. And she's going to try to follow you there.
So are you two leaving the area while Spencer is helping?
Yes, we're trying to get to the next disaster to try to head it off.
Spencer, as you're helping everyone else out, your cats like senses do pick up Jace and Dahlia getting ready to bounce out. Their emotions are can be felt as urgency and questing.
Alrighty.
Do you wish to help them as they're making their way out, like by causing a diversion, by being more cat-like, by making? But
I'm just. Let's see here. Spencer's going to do the best that he can to help everyone that is still quite literally panicking, freaking out, and so on. But
Alright.
as of right now, he's not really. It's kind of like in a sea of emotions that are literally all negative, and then those two are like just parts of that sea. It's kind of hard to really see them, but you know, he's already dealing with a lot. So when it comes to him following them, even if he did notice them, he'd probably still continue to help people at the school.
All right. As you're doing that, then can you give me another persuasion attempt, this time with a +3, as you are actively trying to help everyone else out in a more open fashion. This is drawing attention to you. So,
That is a 19 in total.
all right, Jason, Dahlia, you two will have a +2 to your stealth rolls as you're attempting to bounce out of the area. If you guys will kindly give me those stealth rolls.
Jace is going to help out with this because when he's about to leave the area, he's going to set off the building alarms just one time, like they're malfunctioning. And then when everybody turns to look at that, he's going to Chameleon.
14. Pretty basic, but she's gonna get lost in the crowd anyway.
All right. All right, Jace, if you're going to do that, give me a technology roll first, then the stealth.
Okay. That's not a D30, it's a D20. Thank you.
Goodness.
25.
All right, that bumps it up from a +2 to a +5, so that would have brought yours up to a 17, Dahlia. So go ahead and do yourself with
So
a +5 instead.
Let me check my document real quick, because I'm pretty sure that activating Chameleon mode also gives me a bonus in something. Concealment 2, so that would add 2 to my roll.
Yes.
No.
No, concealment
No.
is or concealment ranks say what they can see. So concealment 2 is like all senses.
Okay.
I think at least cuz I also have concealment. Just
Concealment from visual senses costs double, 2 ranks for 1 visual sense, 4 ranks
okay.
for all visual senses.
Okay.
You cannot have concealment from tactile senses since that would require being incorporeal. So with a concealment 5, you have the total concealment from all visual senses, 4 ranks, and 1 normal hearing. But he has concealment 2, sight, blending. So
Yeah.
is that much harder to spot, which would give his good thing would be an additional +2, right?
I mean,
Just
if you want to
as
give
a
him a
minor,
+2, give him a +2.
as a minor improvement, given that he is cloaking himself, along with the distraction that's going on, and Spencer actively speeding around helping out everybody.
Okay, so I think +5 Rockin' Prime is the one doing the movement, so he's the one I'm using the stealth thing for, which is +3, and then +2 brings it up to a +10.
Okay.
Okay. 18.
All right, and the 2 school monitors that are trying to keep track of people. Because they are being distracted. All right, so you guys do manage to make it out of the school area. All right. And I take it you guys are making your way over towards World 203?
No, we were going to the base, weren't we? To
Oh, to the
Yeah,
investigate.
the base and then on to the hospital.
Okay, to the base then to the hospital?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
We're gonna
as
do
you
that
guys
nerd thing where we hit buttons on a computer like 5 times, and suddenly all the relevant information we need for the mission comes up.
Yeah, it plays this weird like a synthesizer riff, and as it gets a close up of Jace's fingers flying across a keyboard as he like presses keys at random, and then everything appears.
Yes,
All right.
exactly that.
we'll pull up to your base here shortly as we head back over to Puddles and Cat Rule of the World, who are walking down the street gingerly. Which direction are you guys going? Just straight home?
Well, apparently text messages have hit my phone, and I actually have access to my phone now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm carrying her, so
yeah. I will pull out my BlackBerry. They're heading to the base and then the hospital, I guess? Do we want to join?
This, this cute human so small may not be a good idea.
Uh, I mean, I feel normal.
DM is rolling one thing to see if something happens.
Is someone's actually being able to notice us with the 29 stealth?
That's why I was double checking. So far, no.
Let me know if
Yo,
somebody nat 20s.
Yeah.
I will when I make my rolls. Someone will persistently be checking, but I'll make another check here soon. As you guys are stealthily wandering about away from the school frame, double checking your phones, being informed of your other friends heading over towards the base, then heading over to the hospital. You also pick up that Jace, did you let anyone else know what else was going on?
What do you mean? Specify.
Were you keeping them? Were you giving them tabs of what was happening with the group that was messing with Tyrone?
Oh yes.
All right,
That
so
was back during lunchtime. That's nothing new.
I met with the World 203.
Oh yeah, like I said, I was sending the messages to everybody using technopathy.
All right, so
Because
you're
who
also
needs minutes when you can do it yourself?
all right. So you're also aware that the World 203 seems to be a meeting ground for the gang that Tyrone is being pulled into.
Yes.
Yes. Uh, but they still might need your help. Even if I'm small like this.
I'm sure they can handle it.
I'll send back to Jace. Heading home. Edward thinks I'm too small to help.
Does he need a cognitive reset? I've done one today already.
Amusingly enough, that would actually not work on me.
I'm gonna say May and then the letter B.
Understood. I imagine for the text case, and in case anybody was looking at their phones, it would be, does he need a reset, question mark.
Oh
I
my
will make
goodness.
sure to
I
make
I
a-
hate how I'm going back on text talk.
Jace is being very formal, but again, only because he has no limit on minutes. He's just sending his messages himself.
No one has noticed anyone in the group other than Spencer, who is still helping out around. Go ahead, continue.
I guess the next message I'll say is he ate from a cat and now he's like this.
Bad Chinese food.
Jace is going to ponder this. And then type, play to his ego.
You'll get a message back to IDK how to do that.
Is he acting like a cat? Is the question mark back?
Yes.
Probably has superiority complex. Try to convince that he is the most important person for us to succeed.
Put the letter K.
Oh no.
Yeah, you see what I mean? This is horrible.
Putting fields on fire and the absolute bruteness of 2002's text talking.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point, Jace is just going to set up a private communications network for all his friends so they don't have to do this shit. Because this is already so annoying.
The funny thing is that I have a full keyboard. This is just how you did it back then.
Because of minutes, and that's why Jace needs to set up a private communications network.
Yes. Transient, they think that they really need you. That you're important to their mission.
How to interpret that right there?
Was that intelligence?
No. No, that was definitely not intelligence.
Would that be considered pride if I were to ask if that was will?
Yeah, but the thing of how to interpret that is, yes, that is applying to his ego, but he's still a cat, so does he care?
Probably not. That's great, but I don't see how that affects me.
Little, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Knowing transient, he'd probably say, that sounds like they need to get stronger, not like a kind of thing where I need to solve it for them.
14.
So in your time of raising Spencer, you do understand that cats do love the pull and play, the I don't, and then I do. He seems to be in the I don't. You have to give him a bait to go I do.
To rephrase that, you have to pretend like you're not interested. A laser pointer also always works.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to create a laser pointer out of nowhere. My phone doesn't even have a flashlight right now.
You can reflect the sunlight off your phone onto the ground.
Uh. hmm. Trying to think of how I would do this. You know, the base is closer. I mean, wouldn't I be safer there than at home? The villains have already come and attacked my home. I have a feeling another check is coming.
I'm just waiting out a response first.
I know.
Hey! Welcome back.
Thanks. My
I've been
ankle is
waiting.
killing me.
You okay?
Yeah.
Can you make it through the rest of the game?
I think so.
If you don't, I don't want you to push yourself too hard. If you feel like you need to bounce out, let us know.
Okay for now.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Nope. Yeah, he's still heading towards the cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Your words almost seem to, your words reach him, but he seems to be focused on one singular idea. And his cat-like determination is not deterred despite the intriguing pull coming from you.
Well, then I look dejected. And like I failed.
Are you staying in one place? Or are you following along with him?
He has me held.
I'm carrying her.
Oh, yeah. Could you done?
Yeah. So,
All right.
and
So
I'm
as you,
basically just in my hoodie right now.
all right. So are you going via natural walking? Because it's going to take you almost 2.5 hours, like base walking.
I assume
Well,
we're
we don't
walking.
we don't exactly have another choice. Unless Des pulls up.
True, and he has been trying to find you, prompting me another roll. That being said, this question also rings out to Dahlia and Jace. Are you guys just naturally walking over towards the base?
I mean, Jace is chameleon cloaked and he's no longer inside of the school, so he's just gonna have Rockin' Prime full speed, 120 feet per round.
Dahlia's gonna track you by smell, and hopefully before you take off, grab the back of your Rockin' Prime so that way she can go with you.
Dahlia's holding onto the fake push bars that are there to make it look like someone's pushing behind me, and she's just hanging off the back.
As you guys ride on by a few people, like, wow, that girl's really dedicated to taking care of that boy. Must be an older sibling or something.
Except
that
they
the
can't
new-
see.
Is that the new
He's in chameleon mode, so that just means I look like I am just like flying out.
That is the most aggressive jogging routine I have ever seen.
Yeah.
She's not even moving. It's impressive how fast she's going.
Get on my level.
Just this is way too early for this, but I just imagine some woman jogging down the street and we fly past them and just like you T-pose aggressively as you pass.
It may not have been discovered yet, but in my heart, I'm T-posing. In my heart.
Those darn whippersnappers and the newfangled fitness trends. All right, so I will need a moment as while you guys are making your way dedicated over towards your locations, the lab and the base, which, if I recall, the base is hidden in the subway sector area underneath the industrial sector that leads over towards the secret base that has not been tapped into yet. So let's hope it never gets tapped into again.
To be fair, there's a Chuck E. Cheese that we exited out of.
Ah, yes, the government named entertainment place.
Yeah.
There is that. That is in front of it. There's also the Dragon's Finest Tea right across. Currently with the closed for the season sign on it. Along with that, several pizza places and several burger places still advertising, trying to get people to eat something, along with several industries trying to offer different material wear, such as glasses, electronics, industrial stuff. Oh, goodness. While that is all happening, Spencer, as you're going around helping people out, some people are asking for some extra food from the snack area. Others are asking for help with some of the ointment to burn areas. You do see, if I can find a nurse's name, Nurse Depression, doing everything she can with a giddy voice. Don't worry, baby, we got you taken care of. Can someone pass me that wrap over there?
I'm sorry, but Nurse Depression with the most positive voice she can manage just sounds to me like Louis Armstrong with a really throaty voice.
We love it.
Listen. If you put her on the mic singing "What a Wonderful World," it is the best karaoke you ever heard.
Darn right it is.
I see skies of green. Red roses too.
Like my favorite NPC.
And I think to myself, I'm out of cotton swab. Anyways, let's see here. Everyone is asking for attention, but no one is asking Spencer to do the very obvious job of combing through the rubble to make sure everyone's out.
That's because they don't know your strength. They know you are a helpful person. The persona of you as the school mascot versus you in your hero form is very distinct. To personally reference how I can summarize this, you know those cartoon comics you send me versus the special design commissions you have. That's the stark difference.
Fair enough. I have an idea then.
You right now are
Yeah, it's kind of like Clark Kent. If Clark Kent was the weirdest fucking mascot you've ever seen in your life. To be fair, I still have a dead-end job just like Clark Kent.
yes. But when you go into hero mode, it's like you almost visually grow an extra feet, become more chiseled, and your chin just goes
Oh
from
God.
round to razor.
I would like to say that if Spencer hasn't done that yet, so it's just been him the entire time, just looking the way he does. But if Spencer does go into hero mode, he's gonna. It's like All Might does, but clenching every muscle in his body at once to look 100% more manly, but also, yeah, it's painful.
But yes,
Yeah. That being said, I have done nothing to hide the fact that I have superpowers. Absolutely zilch. But
yes, but everyone is so convinced you're just a regular mascot or a very enthusiastic mascot person.
yeah, let's see here. Where's my powers? There it is. So let's see here. Which one has the best perception on it? Well, I can't use that form. I mean, I could, but I terrify everyone around me. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead with my base form and use my I'm going to go ahead and make a perception check if you won't mind, to try and, as I'm going around the school helping different people do things, if I hear anything that sounds like falling rubble or anything that sounds like people trapped, I am going to keep an ear out for that. And if I hear it, I'm going to go help them or stop the rubble from hitting someone. You know.
Okay, definitely give me that roll.
Because I don't know what kind of high school you guys had, but I might have been me and Jace are probably in high school the most recentest, I guess.
Dear baby.
My high school was huge. It was bigger than my college.
Is your high school as big as mine?
It had like 2,000 students. It was a lot.
Maybe
My
it's supposed to
graduating
be
class
like
was over 1,200.
Yeah,
My graduating, I think my graduating class had 150 kids in it, so mine was not huge.
Right.
My college was the same size as my graduating class.
Oh my god. Well, what role would that be?
if you are actively looking for trouble.
I'm actively looking for survivors or basically unstable,
That would be perception.
All right. Just base perception then?
Just base perception.
Alrighty. Wow. 8. That's a lot.
Oh, there sounds like something creaking over here. You go over and it's just a wooden door opening. Sounds like someone's screaming for help. You go over and it's just one of the young lads just wigging out over watching his paper airplane going into the mud.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I'm going to go up the nearest group of quote unquote firefighters slash policemen slash first responders, and I'm going to go, I don't know if hold on. Let me flavor this first after I make the roll. I'm going to make a presence check, persuasion check to see how well I can convince them to try and comb through the rubble. Middle of the ground, I guess. Middle of the way. Let's flavor this, and if you tell me, based on what you hear, let me know. I'm going to go up to the nearest group of first responders who look like they're not immediately busy trying to save someone's life or so on. And I'm going to say, please, sir or madam, you know what? I'll say dude, why not? Dudes, guys, you won't believe this, but I don't think everyone's outside of the rubble zone yet. I think that there are people still trapped inside. Could you send some people in to check?
Given the intense situation and given that while you're helping people, let me do a couple of rolls real quick. And then I will need a persuasion and or presence check from you.
All right. I'm trying to be in character. Ooh, wow. Damn. I didn't expect someone to roll that low. Okay, well, I did expect that one. And again.
Okay. So, as you're, pointing that out, the second you point over towards the school, you happen to point at the exact same time. Des is like strolling by. Wilda, Edward, Wilda, Spencer, where'd y'all go?
Give me a second. Go
While
ahead.
you're doing that, once more, give me that persuasion roll if you can, and I will give it to you at a +2 while that's
Persuasion
going
roll.
on. Yes.
+2. Okay, I'll go ahead and make that. So it's going to be a 1d20. Well, I did my best. They just go, yeah, kid, we got stuff to do. This is a
Listen, buddy,
crime scene. Can't exactly spend time with every nook and cranny. Know what I'm saying?
Listen, kiddo, we're already looking through everywhere. We already got people going down into the basement. We're pulling up everything we can. So far, we keep finding cats and dogs. Terrified little critters. I'm surprised there are so many underneath the school. But we're looking for them. Just go back with the group and relax for now. Don't worry. We'll keep look. But
I'm going to go over to Des at this point as I turn away from them. And I go, hi, Des.
hey, you haven't seen where the others went, have you?
Yeah, they're left.
His face goes from slightly worried to this, like, older brother-esque bored with life look. Like, oh, of course they would.
Yeah, they left like...
Here is a question, DM. Would Jess be part of the group chat since he's involved in the quote-unquote Black Ops crap, along with his friend Matthew? Not Matthew. Who's the other one?
It would be Daniel. And the one not really associated with them, Stringent, but, that's not associated with them.
Stringent, Daniel, Des. We murdered Matthew.
I mean, technically...
We murdered Matthew.
So we don't technically know if Matthew is murdered.
I mean, he could come back just like the Weatherman, but still, that's another chapter.
I mean, technically he was turned to sand.
I mean, technically, sand doesn't always keep people down. Anyways.
But, yeah, we don't know if
Matthew.
he's technically murdered.
I can say it a fourth time, but I feel like 3 was enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, would Des have that text?
Would you have kept him? Oh, would you have included him with that one? Or
I
would you
mean,
have
I
only been
feel like I
focused with...
would have included him in the operational stuff, like investigating the hospital and potential gang at World 2 of 3 type stuff, and also maybe going to base to use the computer.
You know, I just remembered something. Spencer would probably have found his phone by now and grabbed it and went, hey, Des, can you read these? Some of these are big words and I don't understand what they mean.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hop in here and I'll let you know.
Hop in where? As I say out of character, maybe he's in the car, I don't know.
He is in the vehicle.
Okay.
Don't ask how he's driving.
Yeah, I'm not, there are ways to drive without your legs. It's just, you have to, it's a special thing. Either way, when it comes to hopping in the vehicle, I'm going to, I gotta roll a solid d20 and see if Spencer picks up the car again. Hold on. Damn. Well, let's see here. Weigh it against one other thing. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It looks like everything is kind of mostly taken care of here. There's a lot of first responders. I've pretty much done everything I can. Rolled the 19 in total to help everyone and make sure that everything's okay. So I'm going to hop through the window and into the seat and strap myself in because seatbelts make you safe.
He learned it from Optimus Prime.
Therefore, it has to be true.
I heard it from Optimus Prime. I heard it from Optimus Prime, and I heard it from all of those cartoons online. I mean, not
And you
online.
probably heard it from Rockin' Prime at some point.
Yep.
I have an amazing voice line for Spencer right now. He's gonna look to Dez as they're driving off, and he's gonna go, Dez, I heard this in a cartoon, but what does your mom wears army boots mean? You know what that is out of character? I mean, no.
It means she's a strong, independent woman. You probably don't want to mess with them. Please, give me a second, Spencer. I'm trying to read this here.
Oh man, if you knew what that meant of the character.
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. For all the youngers of the audience here, I'm kidding. You can Google it.
No, by all means. Please find out our old terrible word phrases.
Oh, well, your mother wears army boots is basically an analogy to your mom sleeps around.
I can almost get that one because I've heard the one about keeping your boots under somebody else's bed.
That's exactly why it's that way. It's like army boots, you keep them under your bed, so it's the closest thing your mom has to wear when she leaves the barracks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard it from Ed, Edd n Eddy, so technically I could have said it.
This could be bullshit. However, I'm going to perpetuate it anyways.
Either way, as Dez says, I'm going to look at Dez and go, you shouldn't text and drive, Dez. That's dangerous. Here, you should let me drive.
No. Here, I'll park. Just give me a second, okay? Hard to read.
Distracted mind is a worried crime, Dez.
What?
I hate how they say hospital and don't specify which.
They did specify base first, and Des would know where that is.
Okay.
Spencer's thinking pizza, but can't remember why. No, I want
Looks like
pizza.
they're heading over to their personal hideout first. I think we can meet them there.
Chuck E. Cheese we parked a fucking Humvee in?
I don't remember that.
I like how you're just like trying to send more text, like, "Hey, remember this place? Remember this place." The texts are being read by Des, who hasn't read that out loud yet, while Spencer is just like, "I'm thinking pizza
with bacon and extra cheese."
You know what, Spencer? I'm thinking pizza too. How about we go get some real quick before we find everyone else?
Can we? With the stereotypical very happy kid.
From Spencer's phone, you get a text right before he starts driving saying, "We'll be there." D.
For dude.
If you hadn't included the D, Jace would have likely been like, wait a minute, Spencer doesn't know how to text. Who is this?
Spencer takes like 5 minutes to type hi.
H-I.
No,
exclamation point. I. Emoji.
I don't know why my brain keeps doing this, because it's so mean, and it's not stuff Jace would say, but my brain just went, Spencer's dyslexic and illiterate. How the hell did he type that?
I mean, he's a cat. He can't really see what's on the screen. He's just guessing.
Yeah, it's only recently that animals have been able to actually see what's on screens.
Yeah, that's why he's like, can you read this? Oh, poor Spencer. He can't even play Game Boy.
I
So-
just can't see it.
Oh wow.
He can press buttons.
We'll just say he can see it because that's a lot for him to miss out on.
That makes me imagine Spencer winning like one of those Space Invaders games purely by audio cues.
Pretty much. However, continuing.
So Spencer, you're now in the vehicle that is driving over towards the base where Jason Dahlia is. Before we get over to Jason Dahlia, we'll wicker back over to Edward and Wilda, who are making their way through the city in order to make it back to the cul-de-sac. Since you guys are walking, I will need a survival check.
As I do complex differentiation while you guys are moving.
There is no survival.
Sorry, let me rephrase it. So used to different settings. Forgive me. What would be the best way? Investigation. Give me investigation.
Okay.
May I ask for what?
Make sure you're following the proper roads.
You mean the same roads that I've been following since I started going to this school?
Yes, that's why you have a +5 on yours.
Hey, Mayor.
I take a car, but apparently I know my way.
I mean, there's always the chance you roll a nat 1 and get lost. You cannot factor that out.
There's always the chance that the cat.
Except I bike this route every single day.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's always a chance that the cat you pulled the soul out of was scatterbrained. Okay.
Nope, still no interaction amongst you guys. As you and Dahlia are walking by the usual route, you do bypass one of the general repair shops that has the old TVs at the front screen. On it, it does play a short news bit talking about the current situation happening at our beloved mother's hospital.
Is that the name of the hospital we're going to?
Yes.
Maybe we should go there.
Mother Carissa's hospital. Anyways. Did we hear this on the radio in the car?
Nope, Transient's being 110% obstinate right now.
Why do we need to go there? We're not at the hospital. We're not hurt.
I take it that's another pride check.
Yeah, no, he knows where he wants to go, and he's not giving this up for anything.
Not even the sight of an alchemic symbol.
And nope, he is not paying attention to other than going straight to where he knows.
Fair enough.
Okay, at that point I'll attempt to jump out of his arms.
The Wilden is now being the fussy cat.
All right, so
We'll say this is currently half an hour into your walk. That's when you come across there, so you are still feeling the effects of the cat for another half hour. By the time you get over to your base, that's when the cat effect should end.
I gotta look at something real
Should nothing
fast.
interfere.
I'm waiting to see if I need to make a roll or anything.
He's trying to hold on to you.
So that would be opposing grapple checks. I will need
It'd be opposing strength checks because neither one of us actually has grapple as a skill.
I do.
I do.
Opposing.
In
She
this
has.
form or
Sorry.
as a power?
Technically, I have fast grab, improved hold in any form.
But improve evasion and escape.
No, I don't have that. I've never needed to escape from one of my things. So oppose strength checks, huh?
Yep, opposed strength checks. Pro favor.
Hold on, I need to see if I have a penny.
As far as I know, nobody has bennies right now.
Nope.
If you roll lower than that transient, I'm going to be surprised.
Nope, cat is in full cat mode. My human, my going.
Well, that you now understand that weird sensation when everything else is holding you, as you are now being held in all directions, no matter how you turn, and you feel this reflexive arms just keeping you still held. You try to shift one way up, he's got you in the baby carriage. Try to twist around and fall out. Up, he's got you face down with the arms going across to keep you cradled. You try to like crawl up on his arms. He's got you like sitting up in his arms. You are an
I
aggressive
don't know why the
10-year-old.
pain was getting worse. It's because it's storming now.
Wow.
I gotcha.
Wait. There's an alchemical symbol on there. Remember, you showed us once.
Okay.
I showed no one nothing. Shut up. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that is definitely triggering one of his complications. Because he was absolutely not paying any attention as a cat the moment she mentions alchemical symbol. That's a complication triggering. Now I gotta see. And he said this was on the commercial, right?
This was
Or
on
on
the
the TV?
news. Yes.
Yes,
Is
on
it
the
still
news.
showing, Mayor?
If you have, as you guys were fussing about, yes, it's still showing. They've gone past a small bit, so the alchemic symbol that was showing has been pulled off. Going back to the news anchor talking to the doctor there, or one of the nurses.
All right. So
And to your memory, this has not been one of the hospitals you frequent.
you have to
So it's-
remember, he was not looking at the news. He wasn't even paying attention. He's on one-track mind right now.
Right.
And with that 9, no, he did not notice that symbol. Because he looked after it disappeared.
Alrighty.
So can we at least go to the base? Jace can probably replay it for you.
Alright, so this is going to be that. It's going to be at a penalty, but it's... No, it's going to be a flat roll. We have a 50-50 chance of this succeeding.
Okay.
Would that be being high or low?
If it's below a 10,
Then we're
we
going
have a
home.
50-50. No. If it's below a 10, he'll start going for the base. 10 is the threshold right now for what his instincts are telling him, thanks to Cat. It is below a 10!
Woo!
Despite all your
Oh,
feline instincts telling you your home is your hunting ground, better there. The echoing of a familiar place close by the memory of base hits harder as you recall better planning, and this curiosity of this alchemic symbol on being shown shortly and missing has you peaked.
I am almost certain this is not what's happening, but for some reason I just imagine, well, nobody ever gets a look at the Angel of Death, and I just imagine fucking Himmel walking into the hospital, spraying fear gas everywhere, and then just shooting people and leaving.
That's like 4 levels darker than I was expecting. Wow. Wow.
Why? It's Himmel.
Nobody else sees it, so
I mean, yes, it's Himmel, but just like, wow. What
you're
up,
the one who
everybody?
designed the character that way. Don't be mad at me for leaning into it.
I'd expect
Taking notes
nothing
on
less
that
from a Nazi.
That would be Himmel, wouldn't it? That bit from Doctor Strangelove where he's holding his arm down so he doesn't do the Nazi salute. That's so Himmel.
So yes, a transient has changed direction to start going for the base.
I'll give him a scratch.
Aw. Positive reinforcement.
Yup.
Thankfully,
Maybe the cat
it'll take you a little bit shorter time, about 20 minutes, to make it over to the base from where you're at.
All right.
If you can give me one more investigation, since you are changing course, it could either shorten or lengthen the time traveled.
Ace, I'm gonna head out early. You guys can keep going though.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Have a good night, Ed.
Get some good rest, Ed.
Rest
Yeah.
well.
We'll update you about what happens.
It was hailing.
We only have about half hour left.
Go to my investigation is a +3. 14.
16.
All right, so you were able to cut an extra 5 minutes in time, as you remember a shortcut in between a couple of the pizza joints and the movie theater that's just right at the corner. As you guys go around, you're able to make it over towards the entrance of the Charles Entertainment Cheese rundown shop. They in order to find the secret base.
I'll send a message to Jay saying, I got him to come, but you're gonna need to replay the news.
You get back a not WUT, but a actual proper WHAT.
Saw a symbol on the news at the hospital. He missed it, so you need to play it back.
I will need a technology check if Jace is going to try to pull records from cable television to replay.
That would be a tech check.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So it's just to see how high he gets?
It's just to see what number above 18 you get. 27.
You're able to get a good 30-second clip of the story. The story itself was only about a minute long, going on at the exact time they were talking about, and you were able to get 30 minutes of it. Preferably the portion mostly in the middle, like you dropped out the beginning 10 seconds and the
It was
last
fine to
20 seconds.
sacrifice the audio to get extra time in there. We don't need the audio. We just need the symbol. Fuck what those people are saying.
Okay, yeah, cool. I think that's
Save
it.
you some box text, DM. No one's going to pay attention to what they were saying anyways, besides the location, and Wilda already heard that.
All right. So you and Dahlia do make it over towards the base before everyone else. As you're exchanging information, what exactly are you looking up about the hospital in your base? Like, what all information were you hoping to
Trying
pull
to
up?
see if there's a trend between all the individuals who have been killed by this Angel of Death, so we can figure out who they're targeting and why. Like, we know they're doctors, but is there a specific thing? Is there a relation between the doctors they're choosing to target? That kind of thing? Did they all covertly work on a government project like 20 years ago or some bullshit?
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Cool, that's another one of the 6. 22.
Alrighty. You said 22?
Yes.
Yeah, that roughly works for the idea.
Man, I'm just taking a step back and looking at my character from a slightly more distant perspective, and I'm trying to comprehend all of the gimmicks around Jace. PSA Transformer, aneurysms, jack of all trades, skill monkey. How do I fit these together characteristically? How did I get here?
Fun time. So as you're looking up information regarding the Angel of Death and the events that happened, you coordinating it, you found that the first instance of this Angel of Death within your town actually occurred back in the early summer, but it was just mistaken as an angry patient going after a surgeon. Let me look at that investigation roll real quick.
Still a 22. It's a 5 on the die, but again, the lowest Jace can get in any of that, like, ridiculous 6 is a 18 on a natural 1.
So you do know that each of the now known 3 cases of Angel of Death all seem to be targeting surgeons.
And those surgeons all work in the same style of department, or are they all just surgeons?
They all are varying styles of surgeons. The one that was recently attacked, you're about to find, is one who worked in the gastrointestinal portion of the medical field. The one that was recently murdered not too long ago was a facial surgeon, one who dealt with faces. The surgeon that was attacked at the beginning of summer was a cardiologist, a cardiosurgeon.
Heart, face. What was that first one?
Gastrointestinal.
And there are other surgeons of this style working in the area, or are these the only ones at their respective hospitals?
While there are different hospitals being affected by these surgeons' loss, as these were uniquely some of the ones that were high end on their field in this area, they don't seem to be too exclusive. Other surgeons are still working amongst them from different styles and different purposes. Those in the similar range of also heart, face, and gastrointestinals do seem to be a bit wary and are trying to be hush about where they're working at as you're looking through certain old
Jace,
style blogs.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say Jace wanted to cross-reference the names of these 3 victims and see if they had any shared connections. Like, did they all go to the same college, or what's going on with this? Is there any connection at all?
Go ahead and give me another investigation for that one particularly.
$18.
Hmm. So you find that the first name is Leslie Gordo for the face surgeon. The gastrosurgeon was named Louis Granson. I'll put the names up here shortly.
Okay.
Oh no. So we'll put this over. No, not there yet. We'll put this in general chat. All right. So the face surgeon's name is Leslie Gordo. The gas surgeon's name was Louis Granson, and the heart surgeon's name was Larry Goldman. As far as you can tell, other than like the similar initials, there isn't any connecting things. Leslie Gordo, Louis Granson, and Larry Goldman almost were never in the same hospital, much less in the same room at all in this huge city. One of the rare cases where no one has met the same people.
Chase is going to look up the registry of people at our beloved mother's hospital and see if there's anyone with the initials LG on the staff, specifically a surgeon.
All right, I will ask for another investigation roll. While you're doing that, we will say that Dahlia has been like doing some practicing, messing around at the base. You hear a knock coming from your secret passage door as Puddles and Wilda start making their way in. Sorry, Puddles and Transient. Goodness.
Yeah, I was like,
CRTV
wait, I'm
over
coming
there.
in twice.
I pulled it up over there. It's on the CRTV next to the old defunct pizza stove or whatever that thing is. And Jace points at one by the door as he continues searching.
Just as you point that out, within 30 seconds, there is another knock on the on the secret door, as an enthusiastic eruption comes from Spencer with a mouthful of pizza. Spencer,
Oh, yeah.
you and Dusty get to stop by one of the pizza joints nearby before he did say that you guys were stopping by one other place. Well, what kind of pizza did you want on your pizza?
I love lots
Pizza
of
on your
anchovy.
pizza?
What kind of topping on your pizza?
So for toppings on my pizza, I want lots of anchovies, olives, onions, and a lot of pepperoni, and I can't skip out on that pineapple.
Yeah, just extra. Yeah, just a small one with extra toppings. Yeah, all of that he listed. Yeah, trust me, I understand.
And like an
Don't give me
entire
that
jar
look.
of chili flakes dumped on top.
So yeah, you're still eating the remnants of that small pizza,
Yeah,
only
it's
because you're
breakfast with purpose.
savoring the flavor.
The flavors. There's so many of them. They don't work together, but there are a lot of them. I mean, it could be delicious. I don't know.
So there is a slight mess being made as he trails like toppling toppings from his pizza. And
Spencer leaving toppings behind, really, Mayor?
I would literally get to the ground and lick them off the floor.
sorry. Then the chili flakes are flying everywhere as he's mawing through, catching every topping that drops off his pizza.
Pretty much.
Lord.
I'm gonna be licking the floor, and I look up and go, "So what are we doing?"
Jace, feel free to answer as you direct Wilda and translate over to the monitor that has the 30-second loop of the news clip of the hospital.
Well, at the moment, we are trying to figure out why all these surgeons with the initials LG keep getting killed.
Do you see what I meant about the symbol?
That's gonna be up to Mayor.
You don't need to make a roll as they have it as he has it on loop.
Yes, but do I recognize it?
You recognize these symbols being closely related to that of the restoration, but it looks like it's been tweaked, almost merged with certain aspects of resurgence on top of it. As you're able to pause it in the still where it is showing in full daylight, like someone had made like the logo for the Our Beloved Mother's Hospital standing above a large medallion that's supposed to show like a tree and a couple of other symbols to show togetherness among under the stars. But the alchemic symbols are all are the alchemic lines and a circular symbol are all there to show that it's supposed to be, for those in the know, a symbol of restoration mixed with resurgence. This is the first time you're seeing this kind of cross-reference. Almost peeks at you that you might want to like try to write this down. Will you?
He will lightly clap his hands and immediately just make a duplicate on the wall.
All right. Go ahead and give me an alchemic check.
$17.
You got the base form and the base circles there. Most of the lines sync up perfectly for restorations. Although when trying to merge it with the same symbol as resurgence, you you're short on one line, a little longer on the other, but still keeping within the parameters. It's only imperfect by a couple of a very few centimeters, but otherwise it's a replication.
Do I notice the difference?
It's obvious to you. You, as you're looking back between the still image, your edict memory, taking notes of what was separate, what you missed on that initial one. On the next,
Immediately going to finish it properly.
I was about to say, on the next attempt to recreate it, go ahead and add an additional 5.
$37.
The symbol, once you finish your clapping, the symbol seems to glow softly before going back to normal. You're able to get a perfect sequence per sequence as you're looking between the main still image as well as your own symbol. Those in the room, go ahead and everyone make a fortitude check real quick.
Everyone in the room?
Everyone in the room.
Fortitude check, you say?
Yes.
Why?
Saves. Both Puddle and Transient are in sync this time around.
All right. And then Dahlia would have had to make her roll. I'll roll in her steed.
Stead.
Although
Stead.
she, in her stead, although she technically is immune to fortitude effects.
This might give her some funny feelings.
It is a 5. Cool.
Oof.
Interesting. So you all feel a slight warmth coming around you, as though you're being wrapped around in a warm blanket. For those that rolled less than a 10, you only, if you have any bruises, you only remove a bruise. For those who rolled up under a 15, you'll be able to remove 1 base affliction on you. Anyone above a 15 can remove an affliction as well as a bruise, as though
I'm feeling better than okay.
you were taking a full rest. Being in the symbol's radiance, being in the symbol's warmth for Sorbet can have an almost immediate restoration effect, but it'll only be for that bin. It'll take some time to recharge itself. This is all coming to your mindset, Transient.
Well, Wilda grows up into like a 13-year-old, and she kind of gives a little scream as her hoodie gets up to dangerous proportions.
Oh, like almost too tight now?
No, it's not too tight. No. It's just she doesn't have pants on right now because they fell off.
Right.
So she went from like knee-high hoodie to like mid-thigh.
Mister, where's your pants?
They fell off at school. And I didn't pick them up.
I lost my pants too.
You're both lucky. I always prepare. As he hands you guys emergency pants.
I put on the emergency pants and go, now I'm safe.
They're just a pair of sweatpants.
Okay,
And I look great
sweatpants,
in it.
they're kind of hanging off, but they're still staying on.
Yeah,
There's-
drawstring sweatpants.
Yeah.
Man, it would be incredibly funny if Jace's just legs just started working out of nowhere. Your legs are
10, that wouldn't work.
bad.
I don't think cripple is an affliction.
Not yet, it isn't.
That sounded very ominous.
Oh, man.
It will be.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry, Jace. It will be an affliction. Just you wait.
Just you wait.
I can heal I can heal cripple.
Oh goodness.
God damn.
I think for now we will call this early while I get my mind to come up with the next portion of the scenario. We do thank you everyone for joining us here at the session here, and we hope to see you all next week, next time in 2 weeks, as they figure out what's going on at the hospital nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, go
Bye.
ahead, add a Benny to your roster.
Benny.
Oh, thank goodness.
I get Benny.
Everyone
know
thinks
what
you
he does,
must be an astronaut, I guess.
We'll see y'all next time.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.